about Gucci Spring 2026 ready to wear, courtesy of Demna, former designer Balenciaga. Debuted the other day. We got like a soft launch, kind of, right? A little peekaboo, a little taster of his collection there. I didn't actually get a chance to read the blurb, so big up the fucking editor here, or the reviewer. Or was it Luke Leach? Let's see what Luke Leach wrote, because I did check some of the pieces, but I want to actually see what did Luke say about the collection. So let me actually see if I can grab it here and read a bit of it, so I understand what I'm looking at and what I'm seeing. So this is courtesy of Vogue Runway, Gucci Spring 2026, ready to wear. It says the following. The waiting is over. Demna's new Gucci is here, and true to its appetite for disruption, it arrived by surprise, dropping via a lookbook 36 hours ahead of the house scheduled film format Milan presentation tomorrow evening. I didn't like that, to be fair. I wanted a runway show. I wanted a full runway show. I wanted to see what aesthetic he was going to go for. I wanted to see what the music was going to be like. I wanted to see the front row. I wanted to see the fabrics moving and shit. I wanted to see a fucking runway show, but I guess we'll get that next season. It says, entitled La Famiglia, the collection is the first primer into the new Demna-defined grammar of the house. Captured by the Los Angeles-based photographer Catherine Opie, it's a series of 37 portraits of characters who epitomize the Gucci-ness of Gucci, as seen by its new artistic director. From Miss Aperitivo in her sequin mini dress to La VIC in her top-to-toe GG monogram, via the Narcisista, whose shirt is unbuttoned almost to the G-buckle belt in a manner not familiar with fans of the house during the Tom Ford era. This family album applies Demna's sardonic gaze into long establishment codes of the historic new workplace. So if you're wondering, this kind of goes off from or picks up from what he did at Vetements, where he did at Balenciaga, with the stereotypes, the archetypes, right? Being able to take, I don't know, the banker, the security guard, the this, and design from them as a whole uniform, which I love. Obviously people design differently and say they design, you know, under a whole theme, and then they kind of ideate different sort of garments or ideas and outfits through that. But I kind of like taking an archetype and maybe designing for that particular archetype. It seems like it would be the easy thing to do, to be honest, but it also seems like an interesting thing to explore, because you can do little edits, little evolutions and developments on like stuff in it, like I don't know, like jackets and trousers or whatever, and pencil skirts, whatever, depending on who the person is, on their uniform. Opie's very first image was captioned La Archetipo, which shows a newly constructed Gucci trunk, which I'm sure is going to be a big thing going forward. This was the product in which Gucci's earliest success was based, when Gucci, first from working at the Savoy Hotel in London, returned home in Florence in 1921 to set up a luggage maker dedicated to serving the rich and infamous of his time. In the next image, Demna brings the right to his chapter into a story of Guccio, started with a look entitled La Incanzata, or The Furious One, yet its subject, modeled by Maria Carla Boscona, appears more elegant and enraged than a 60s scarlet mid-length coat, gloves, horsebit heels, and Gucci print headscarf worn with a Gucci staple and bamboo bag. By the way, I love the little horsebit details. There's so much horsebit details throughout the whole collection on the trousers and stuff. It's really fucking cool how he's able to take a little horsebit little thing and put it on all different things. I'm sure we'll probably get the horsebit thing on the back of a hat soon. I think we saw it on a belt. The lookbook proceeds to collide more with the Gucci codes and Demna's character studies, which I love, by the way, because he did tell us it's not going to be like that. It's not going to be like Balenciaga at all. And what we're getting so far is like Demna's interpretation of Gucci through the lens of Tom Ford, you know, which I really love, to be fair. No one really expected that, because Tom Ford's Gucci was very elegant, very opulent, very fancy, very glitzy, very sleek, very sexy. And, you know, I don't think anyone would describe Demna as a sexy designer, but he did a good job in this one. The most contemporary characters include La Influencer, in oversized lizard, finished brown leather, bomber with a matching skirt, Gucci stripe knit. Oh, okay, it's lizard finish. Okay, I thought it was something else. There's menswear looks entitled Nerd, whose knit shirt is tied with a bowed ribbon. The most established include the La Messineta in her full-length metallic gown, La Contessa in her flora print waisted gown. According to Gucci press note today, this collection and presumably the film that will further showcase it and presentation tomorrow has been conceived to act as a aesthetic base upon which the Demna's vision will be built leading up to his first show in February. Oh, and they said, I think all of it's going to be available this week, I think, as well, right? I think some of these clothes are actually going to be available to purchase this week or something. Back in March 2025, the press conference announcing Demna's surprise appointment to the job of in-house CEO Francesca Bellettini, Bellettini, sorry. Gucci has two souls, it says. It has a heritage and needs to have its fashionability. However, it's not enough to inject creativity if the product does not stand for the positioning of Gucci. The collection certainly looks unmistakably Gucci, and its OP shuttered lens has been finally collaborated to Demna's disruptive and irreverent settings. We can only wait to see how the collision of the subject and the object develops, and the first indication will come when the collection goes on sale at 10 Gucci stores around the world this week. Fucking incredible. So yeah, it's available already this week in 10 stores. Pretty sick how they did that, to be fair. I'm not mad at that in the slightest. And yeah, so many fucking great looks. So many fucking great looks. The horsebit one's probably my favorite. The leather jackets as well are really cool. Some of the tailoring is really nice. The styling is really awesome too. Reminds me again of, like, you know, early 2000s David Beckham era. I'm actually loving the exposure of the midriff there again. A very sleek way to do these things. The shearling jacket. Oh, that shearling jacket is fucking incredible, by the way. That's a lizard outfit there, right? I didn't know that was lizard. I don't know. I think I thought something else. Maybe I thought snake or something. But yeah, it is more of a lizardy print. But it is faux, isn't it? That's the thing. It's faux leather, because no one wants to do, like. I wonder when that's gonna happen. By the way, I wonder when it's gonna be. Because we're in a post-cancel culture world, right? I wonder if that's going to apply to materials. When we're gonna get to a place where brands, fashion houses stop being scared and just start using animal leather again. When's that gonna happen? Maybe it's already happening, but when are they gonna put it on the runway? Like, no more faux leathers. Like, fuck it. Like, so what endangers? So what it endangers somebody? Let's get an elephant on this fucking Hermes bag. I mean, let's get a snake. Let's get a real snake, a real crocodile shit. Let's do that. But yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it's crocodile, but I guess maybe it's crocodile. Is a crocodile technically a lizard? I'm not too sure. But I thought it was crocodile print when I first saw it. But still, again, look at these coats, man. Look at these coats. The bag. Oh, that's actually cool. I don't mind that. It's like a bigger version of that. Under the shoulder, over the shoulder, under the armpit clasp, sort of like U-shaped bag. And if I'm not mistaken, that could work as a good little DJ bag, messenger bag, innit? This might be really popular with people. I like that it's also kind of distressed at the bottom there. We've got some little cuts and fades and rips over there as well. That's the fucking strap that goes over it. That could be a really good DJ bag. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. That could be a really fucking good DJ bag. I ain't mad at that in the slightest. Let's continue. More jackets. That jacket there with the O neck, that's giving me Richard Ashcroft, right, from The Verve. That's very Richard Ashcroft from The Verve, from that music video. I forgot that song, but you know that song where he's walking down the street wearing a jacket that looks like this, to be fair. That's incredible. And that's a smaller version of that bag I just said the other day. Again, and the sneakers too, which I also love. I ain't mad at the sneakers either. We continue on. A few more bits here, more jackets. This is one of my favorites, actually, this see-through joint. This see-through pants, or the translucent, I guess. I don't know, I forgot what that material is actually called. Oh, look at that. That necklace as well is gorgeous. Is that a snake? What is that necklace he's wearing there? I don't know what that necklace is. That necklace is beautiful though. I think it's like a double-headed snake or something. Not mad at that. Also not mad at the aviators again. Very Tom Ford, that Gucci aviators too. Not too mad at that either. Yep, that crop jacket that Alex, what you call it, Alex or whatever, Constanti, whatever her name is wearing, is also fucking a major. Looks like tiger print, but again, get me a real tiger material. Fuck with the fucking faux shit. It looks incredible. The heels there with the gold heel, nothing crazy there. We're not mad at that in the slightest. Oh yeah, this glittery ensemble as well is hard as nails. Let's not even doubt that. This glittery ensemble is fucking delightful. With the vest and the trousers too. Again, that'll be a great DJ outfit, to be fair. That'll be an amazing outfit to wear as a DJ out. Like, that is fucking great, especially with the glasses too. Man wouldn't mind wearing that. Nice coat, tuxedo, dress, more dresses. You got some pants here. Again, Tom Ford Gucci era. I think the Tom Ford Gucci era would have the double G's here, but now we just got a little string here. Very sexy again. Imagine, you know, if you're into that sort of stuff, pull that off with the sandals too. Yep, I ain't mad at that in the slightest. I ain't mad at that one in the slightest. And some more coats, more pants as well. And obviously the standard Demna way of towards the end you get into more of the evening gowns for the women and shit, which I also love. So yeah, big up Demna, man. I think he killed it. I personally think he did a really good job, especially opening the show up with trunks. That wasn't too crazy. And then to add actually some more context to it, big up my guy Fashion Roadman. Has he got any new videos here? Big up Fashion Roadman. Fashion Roadman has produced some really cool little fucking shorts from the actual store, the Gucci store, where they invited a bunch of influencers and people from the fashion scene to come and check out some of the stuff firsthand. And looking at the stuff in detail, woo, it looks incredible. So big up Fashion Roadman for some of these shorts. These are great. So this is the first things. Gucci Spring Summer 2026, crazy details. Let's look at the first bits and pieces. Big up Fashion Roadman.
Okay, so right now we're in Gucci's London flagship store and we are looking at a preview of Demna's first collection at Gucci. As we can see here, these are the typical Demna-isms that we're so used to seeing. At Balenciaga, we would also see the last few looks that he would do would be quite intricate, the details would be nice, and then the other looks are kind of very ready to wear. So when you look here, you can see very intricate details. You look here, look at the sequins.
Look at that up close though. Wow, bro. Look at the sequin detailing, the amount of layers. Was that all done by hand, I'm assuming as well? Look at that. Absolutely incredible. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
This looks like it took a really, really long time to design.
It's almost couture and it's a look, isn't it, in terms of the handy. But I guess couture is made to measure. It's just different, but still. Whew.
They made different like floral patterns with the sequins. So I like that sequin work. And then you have these pieces hanging too. So I can imagine that was like really intricate and took a lot of work. You even have another Demna-ism. This reminds me actually of the Balenciaga hack that Gucci did, where he worked with a floral print. So this is
very, very true. Very, very true. Good little notice there. It looks like exactly the same floral too.
Once again, another reinterpretation that Demna is using of a floral print. So that's really cool to see. This, talking about Demna-isms, I mean, this basically looks like a Demna-ism. Now I know Demna obviously said, and he said this in interviews, that he's not going to do what he's always done. He didn't have loads of time to design this collection. The main collection, the real launch, is in February, but we can start to see even the way it's presented. If you look, it's presented exactly how his amazing Paris exhibition was presented, the sort of retrospective exhibition where things were kind of in like a circular motion and they were putting like really intricate dresses beside each other. So really great to see that back. Also, if you come and look at these details here on this dress, because I think you can't really appreciate these until you come up close.
Wow. Look at that detail. The different colors, the layering, the patterns. Wow.
Look at the sequin work. It's absolutely insane when you come up close. Because I think these things might not be conveyed through, you know, pictures and stuff. That's why it's really important to like go into the stores if you have access to it and see what these things look like. The store will be open until I think the 12th of October. So
yeah, so big up Fashion Roadman. There's another one too. Let's do a couple more from him. Let's do this one, the Gucci emblem, the heritage logo emblem. Let's see this.
Okay, we have to. So one thing about Demna is he's really been looking at the archives. He has been saying this, but I think there are certain nuggets that people aren't seeing. This is a very good example, for example. This is a crest that Demna has really focused on this collection, and this is a man holding 2 pieces of luggage.
So cool. This, again, stuff that you don't see on runway shows. Unfortunately, I feel like the majority of us, myself included anyway, don't really get to see this stuff up close because I don't, you know, I'm not going to go to a Gucci store unless I'm going to buy something just to go and check the stuff out. I know you probably should do that, but, you know, I feel too lame to do such a thing. But you do miss out on a lot of details, you know? You miss out on seeing some of these type of things that really make the difference, that really kind of elevate some of these pieces, but you only get to see it in real life, obviously, if you purchase it. But I love that he still does it because most people won't see this stuff, but he still does it anyway for the ones that do.
Why, you might ask? It's really because Demna wants to focus on the heritage of the brand. It's why in the first collection, the first look was literally a trunk. So if you look at a lot of the other pieces, in a lot of the menswear pieces, you can see once again these crests and different emblems where you see a man holding luggage. You can see on this coat too, it's the same emblem. So there are these like really tiny details and tiny nuggets that people might not notice or might not see, but when you look at the clothing up close, you can see all these different elements of heritage. Continuing talking about the details, here we see Demna using the Gucci tiger motif.
So cool. And that's why I guess that's why we got the tiger on that coat that Alex Constanti, whatever her name is, was wearing. That's why we see that the tiger print. And look at that detail, that tiger emblem there. So it's gorgeous. Hopefully it's some carat of gold too. I doubt it, but it'll be cool.
On some of the pieces, once again, the attention to detail and him just really looking at different elements of heritage and how he can make that interesting with the hardware or, you know, different unique elements on the garment. So one thing about...
Cool, so big up that one, big up him. Let's do a couple more from Fashion Road, man. He's killing it, actually, absolutely killing it. Let's see the accessories here. Sunglasses.
So these are some of the sunglasses from the collection. Not many people are actually talking about these. I think these are insane. First of all, you have the horse bit detail over here.
So cool.
I don't think a lot of people have noticed that.
Also, they're not aviators. They kind of look like aviators in the runway pictures, isn't it? They're not, or the collection pictures or whatever. They're not actually aviator shaped. They're kind of different.
So you've got the horse bit.
They almost look a little bit like the there's a Christian Dior type of glasses from that era too that kind of looks similar. It's almost like a one piece of like, you know, frame. There's no frame. It's just one piece of like thing all over. It kind of reminds me of those. I forgot what the model was.
Detail on both sides. I think that's a really cool cue. And something I think that many people have really been talking about are these Gucci aviators. Why, you might ask? Tom Ford.
Yeah,
if you think
there is aviators. Okay,
the Tom Ford style, it's the leather jacket, it's the aviators. So this is Demna once again referencing kind of Gucci, but kind of making the aviators a bit more exaggerated in shape. So that's something cool that I really, really noticed from Demna. Also, looking at some more accessories, something that I really noticed in the collection was there were these double G's everywhere, like in chain.
I want that chain. I want those earrings. Oh, so good.
Form, in earring form. And these are actually heavier. They're a lot heavier than it looks, to be honest. So I like that. We like accessories that are heavy because it feels more expensive, even if it might be silver tone brown.
So true. Exactly. The weight does really dictate how you feel about accessories for some reason. Same thing comes with technology. If the construction is good, even if the fucking product is shit, but if the finish is good and it feels kind of heavy, you're gonna feel like it's more quality. But those chains, especially that kind of dog collar chain that's got like BDSM techno vibes about it, I'm really for. I love that as well. Let's see this one, the footwear. Let's see the footwear.
Something I've always appreciated about Demna at Balenciaga is the footwear design. He was always very innovative with the footwear, and already he's brought that to Gucci. He's looked at something very iconic like the horsebit loafer, which is an icon of Gucci, and he's kind of made these sort of square toe flat hybrids. They're kind of like a hybrid between a loafer and a slipper, and even you can see like the slipper designs here, like how the back folds and it pops back up, you know, for comfort when people want to wear it like that. So
cool.
It's really cool. You also have different.
By the way, that's a really cool design, especially at the front as well. That little kind of that slope to make it a bit pointy and stuff.
And iterations without the horse bit, kind of just the Gucci embossed onto the shoes.
And like how there's got zero big sole too, very slow and to the ground, help your feet kind of strengthen up and shit.
He's also brought that idea into some of the heels too, so you can see once again the horse bits here and then a more pointier iteration. And in general, I think already he's giving us some really nice propositions of footwear. What I'm really looking forward to when it comes,
I think those heels are from an era of Tom Ford too. I remember seeing a picture of it somewhere on Twitter.
to his proper debut in February is what accessories do we get, because I think that's one of his strong suits and it's why he sells so well and why he did at Balenciaga. Here once again we have sort of like a proposition of a dirty sneaker.
Oh, so show us that. Get closer on that one, Fashion Roman. Show us that.
Just playing around with the footwear and kind of seeing
Yeah, should have brought it close to the camera, man. Show us that.
What they can do, I think this is really cool, to be honest. I think when we think of designers that have been iconic at the brand, let's think of most recently Alessandro Michele, when he came in immediately with those Princeton loafers that had the fur. He was famous for that, and that was all the rage. So I think Demna is definitely someone that can replicate something like that kind of success, but in a different way, using different designs, of course.
So yeah, big up Demna, man. Absolutely killed it. He absolutely killed it. He absolutely killed it. Can't wait to see some of this stuff, and obviously in person. We're really eager to see what he does with the shoes going forward. I'm sure there's going to be a more relaxed, I guess so, right? I'm sure he's going to do a more relaxed general type of a sneaker going forward. I'm interested to see what type of silhouette he'll go for with that. But so far, we've got some good things. So far, we got some good things.